Okay, we are back and we are live here with Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. I don't know exactly what went on with all of that, but we just started over. So I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and those that will be watching the replay. Welcome to Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. We are a nonprofit organization here to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. We are here to bridge that generational gap with the older and younger generation because we really need each other. And now, in the days that we are living in right now, we really need each other to encourage each other, empower each other with wisdom, and help each other walk through this life with some peace in our hearts. Okay. So, uh, just bear with me a minute so that I can make sure that everything is right. So, okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it's right. All right. Oh my goodness. So anyway, like I was telling you, I uh have this tea. Look at that cup. Tuesday tea time with Dorina. That's from my daughter-in-law that lives in Carolina. And I'm doing mint tea with no sugar or honey or anything added. And oh my goodness, it is good. It's the only tea that I can drink like that so far that I know. So I hope that you have your beverages and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. All right? Tea time. We are talking about tonight, we are talking about, let's put it up there, seasons. Yes, we all go through seasons in life. Every one of us are in a season, and whether you categorize it as spring, uh, winter, summer, or fall, we are in a season of life. And seasons have characteristics, just like now we're in the season of fall. And the characteristics of the season of fall is, the temperature starts dropping, the daylight starts shortening, the trees start shedding their leaves. And so we have characteristics that are in our seasons of life. And if we would recognize them and embrace them and grow through them, we will be ready for the next season. And one of the challenges, probably one of the greatest challenges going through a season is, or seasons period, is coming out of one, because we have to learn. Sometimes we want to hold on to the season that we're in, and our heart is still stuck in that season, and we have to learn how to let that go. And so the other thing is too, we don't want to have to repeat things over and over. I don't know about you, but I don't like to have to keep repeating things over and over again because I didn't learn the first time. And, I'm just saying this because you know, I know myself that in times past, I've had to go through stuff again because I was too stubborn to do what I was supposed to do to get through whatever that was that I needed to get through. And sometimes, I was talking to a young lady earlier today, and I was telling her about, you know, myself. I just, went through this thing where, well, when life gets challenging, sometimes, we get offended with, you know, the challenge, that we have to go through. And it's like, get me out of here now. Because, we don't want to have to go through that, and I always looked at myself as a person that really, bring it on, bring the challenge on. Okay. We gonna deal with it. But when you start going through the deeper things in life and start dealing with the challenges that are changing, your characteristics, and that uh that healing thing that needs to happen in our hearts, sometimes that can be real challenging. And just uh going through that and learning how to let stuff go and things like that. I'm looking for I want to read this to you. I actually post this on my page, and it says, until we have chosen to heal, we are all just children running around, acting and reacting from our core wounds. Now, there's a lot of truth to that. And you know what? And during seasons of our lives, anytime that you want to improve in life, there's a process that you have to go through. And letting go of some things and identifying, or not even really, well, identifying is a part of it. But what I'm saying is accepting, that thing, that wrong thing that happened to you, and having to go back and face that thing head on, eye to eye, toe to toe, and letting the hurt go. That is challenging. And you know what? We can do it, but it is challenging. And so exiting or ending a season is a time of challenge, but seasons can be a time frame allotted for certain things to happen. Okay. And so the purpose is for a greater productivity in our life. And so going through seasons in life can be challenging, but you have to deal with it. I mean, you either going to stay in the same season over and over and over again and never go anywhere in life, never accomplish anything, or you have to let that season go, let the people in that season go, and prepare yourself for a new season. I kind of sometimes like to look at it like, season to season. You go through one season to the next, and that two in the middle, you got to really make sure that you just don't get stuck coming out of a season and going into a new season, and then preparing for the new season, opening up our hearts. We can't go into a new season while our hearts are holding on to the last one. And so that's one thing, we have to let go of that season and prepare yourself, encourage yourself uh, to follow through on what it takes for the next season. How about that? Okay, can we take a tea time break? Tuesday tea time. Thank you. Let me show you what I got up here. I just said this. We cannot go into a new season while our hearts are still clinging to the old season. And it's easy to cling to the old season. But you know, after a while, you know, it does get stale. And we have to move on. And I was thinking about this one time. Think about this. You know, do we are we moving forward? Are we standing still? Or are we digressing? Digressing or progressing? Which one are we doing? Is there a middle ground where you're not going anywhere? I heard some people say stagnant, but stagnant doesn't necessarily mean that you're just standing still. So in reality, we're either progressing or we're digressing. And like it's like spiraling downward. You know, we're still moving. It's still a direction. And so the thing that we want to do is we want to push through to the next season and prepare our hearts to go through to enter into that next season in our life. You know, right now, I don't, know who I'm talking to, but you are clinging to that season, and it's hard for you to let go of it. And in a way, you just don't even want to let go of it because you have found your comfort in that season. And yet, in the depths of your heart, you want to go on and grow. Well, you know what? Sometimes you just have to make a decision and say, okay, I'm just gonna let it go. You know, kind of like what they call a cold turkey, you know. You just drop it and say, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let that go. And sometimes, you know, it helps if we act things out, you know, and like, you can put a rope put a rope on the floor and just tell yourself, okay, you know what? When I step over this rope, I'm stepping into my new season. I am not looking back. I'm not turning back. And then you don't do it. But in that acting that out is a representation of your decision, and that can give you something to hold on to so that you don't keep clinging on to that old season, you know. And so, you know, you're done. You're done. Just get rid of it and you're done. And you know what? Sometimes we got to stop letting people pull us back into the old season, and we got to cut them off. And it's for our own good, our own healthy, our own mental health. You know, mental health is an issue of today. Everybody's talking about it, and even more so they're talking about youth mental health, because there's so many things that out there that are after our young people and trying to really destroy their lives. And that's why they really need us to come alongside them and help them make right decisions and recognize that the season that they're in is a normal season in life. That, we go through puberty, we go through adolescence, we go through midlife crisis, we go through the older ages, and all these things. These are stages of life that is normal, and we all need to know that this is normal. This is a part of life. And look at all the people that have went before us that have dealt with these situations, and they were fine. They didn't have to get prescription drugs to get through stuff. And that stuff will mess you up even more, you know. And so we need to come together and be willing to stand side by side and help one another get through the things of life, get through the season of life together. And we can do that. And so, you know, I was thinking, uh, when I went through a season in life, and you know, I'm just gonna be transparent with you. Uh, when I was um, growing up, and my siblings, they felt sorry for me because my mom passed away when I was 11 months, and so I never really got to know her and everything. And so they always kind of pampered me and babied me and all this kind of stuff. And so growing up with the things that I dealt with in life, I had a problem with holding grudges. And as I got older, I just thought, okay, well, this is just a part of my character. This is just who I am. Like it or leave it, this is who I am. And then I come to find out later on, as I grown in knowledge, I come to know that that was not who I am. That's who I became, and we can change who we become. And so when I was going through, I was coming out of that season of life because I just wanted more in life. And I'm going to tell you, if you want more in life, holding on to grudges and not being able to forgive people and not being able to treat people right and things like that, you are not going to go that far in life. Uh, I mean, you may get, somewhere, but eventually you got to have the character to be able to stay up there. And if everybody's offending you all the time, that is not a very good leadership quality. And so you got to grow out of that. And so as I was growing out of that, it was painful because I had to go back and realize that I had been holding a grudge against my mom because she died. The things that, we go through as children, affects us in our adulthood. Okay, so let me read this to you. I posted it this week, and let me read to you what this says. It says, until we have chosen to heal, we are all just children running around, acting and reacting from our core wounds. Now, that produced a core wound in my life. And all the time that I was growing up, I didn't even realize that that was actually what had happened. And that was the reason why I developed, you know, having issues with holding grudges and being offended and stuff like that. So I had to grow out of that. And so, you know, recognizing what caused you to be in that position and embracing the truth of the matter will help you get out of it, because you can't get out of something that you refuse to recognize that you have a problem in. You first have to recognize that there's something that needs to be changed before you can change it. And so that was something I had to go back and apologize to my dad. That was hard. I had to do this, was some challenges for me that I had to buckle down and be mature and say, okay, if I want life to be better for me, I'm going to have to deal with this, and I'm going to have to make this right for my own self. And uh, you know what? I mustered up the guts and I took care of it. And you know what? Let me tell you something. You know, I kept feeling in my heart, I had never went to my mom's gravesite. That was something that I had no interest in at all. And I knew within my heart I needed to go. And I just didn't know how I was going to be able to handle that. And I knew that when I went, I had to be with somebody that was close enough to me to know me, to not judge me, because I didn't know how I was going to respond, that would understand. And so at the time that I knew I needed to go, I I you know it let me tell you, it took me 2 years before I actually went. And it was difficult. And when I got there, I couldn't even find her site. And another gentleman came over. My husband was with me, and I just happened to be realize that, wait a minute, I'm standing. Let me look where, and right where I was standing. Oh my goodness, you know what? I lost my composure. And I don't know what healing took place in my heart, but it was it was it was such a release for me. And if you have lost your mom at an early age and you was raised by your dad or raised by somebody else, you know what I'm talking about. And so because there's so many things that goes through your emotions at that time. And I'm telling you, it was the best thing I could do for myself. And I know that it had a lot to do with my growth. It had a lot to do with, the season that I'm in right now. And so I encourage you to face whatever it is that you need to face in the season that you are in, so that you can go into the next season without having to repeat the same issues over and over and over again. So, you can get your graduation diploma and celebrate that you got past this point, and now you can go into a new season to learn new things in life. And oh, that is so exciting. And do it for yourself, do it for if you're a parent, do it for your children, your grandchildren, because you are affecting not just the generation you're in, but the next generation. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. So there are all kinds of seasons that we go through in life. And, even though you may be going through a season in life where it's like you're shedding, a bunch of stuff. And I remember when I went through a season of life and it was like, everything was like coming up against me. Like, that's how I felt, and it was all this shedding this and shedding that. And, sometimes you can get to the place where you're just tired of all of this. But let me tell you this, hold on, okay? Because You are developing strength. You are developing character that is going to be able to hold you in the next season of life or whatever level you on. If you're going to the next level, you know, the things that we go through, no matter how tough they are, you know, your roots have to go down deep before your branches spread out wide. And you want to have those deep roots that when you spread out wide, they are secure and they are stable enough to hold you in the level that you are in. You know what I'm saying? And your branches, let those branches go out so that others can come and rest on your branches and glean from you and, you know, learn from you and see, you know, what you went through. Because you know what? There's other people that will benefit through what you went through. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that's too difficult for you to handle. You are much stronger than you think. You are much stronger than you look. It's all about what's in the inside, okay? Because it's our insides, our character that is going to sustain us and keep us. And so you want that character to be built. And you want to be able to not be offended by everything that everybody says to you. You want to have leadership qualities so that you can be that entrepreneur and know how to run that business with some integrity, because those things right there will cause you to prosper in life. And we all have that ability to prosper. Okay. So whatever season you are in life, hold on, try to enjoy the journey, recognize the truth of the matter, that there is a purpose, and the purpose is for you to become productive. Okay. Always look past what you're going through. And if you look past, have a vision, have something before you. If you're, you know, you need a new vehicle, print out something, put it before you. You need a new home, print it out, put it before you. Even if you know, whatever it is, you know, and you want to improve in life, put it before you so that when, you know, things, you know, are challenging for you, you can look past that challenge and know that there's something greater that you are reaching for, or you are driving towards, to keep you on the right path and keep you off of everybody else's lane and stay in your own lane and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in life. Okay, I'm getting ready to let you go, but before I do, I have to speak to this person. You are at your wits' end. You are at your wits' end. And you're like, you know, something has got to change for me. And there are people in your life that are like crabs. They just, every time you try to rise up, they have nothing good to say to you but try to draw you down. I am here to encourage you and tell you, let them go. And even though the letting go process can be difficult and it hurts, believe me, it hurts more if you continue to hold on to that. You know your own self that you are better than where you are right now. And you know that you are better than what they are trying to claim you to be. So you push forward, let them go. You will have new people that will come into your life that's going to help you flourish in life, that's going to be a blessing to you, that's going to speak the positive things that you need to hear so that you can grow out of all those hurtful things that's been happening in your life. Don't give up, girl. Don't give up. I promise you, if you don't give up, things will get better for you as you follow the instructions of letting go the people that are dragging you down. Okay? All right, so this is Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. I'm so thankful that you joined me tonight. And for those that will be watching the replay, remember, as I always tell you, walk in wisdom. All right, I love you and good night.